Hey, bud. Oh, damn. An ant on a woman's tit. Now that's an advertisement.
Access granted.
I hope access is granted. Fuck. Alright, here's the deal. Everyone fights. No one quits. Try to run, I'll kill myself. Alright, I'm on the Magic Templar. That's the character you're trying to do, right? Okay, let's see what I got going on here. We'll just go ahead and put on my Kinra staff. It's precise with poison. My back bar is Maelstrom Perfect Inferno Staff or regular spine. It's got to be infused with weapon damage. I've got Basai, and I'm mixing it with Slime Claw and the Harpooner Kilt and Kinra. What was your sets again? Uh-huh. And Basai? What's your second set? Oh, really? Okay, good. Perfect. Excellent. All right. So here's the deal. When you're going to do the dummy, on this particular character, I'm a vampire, okay? And it basically adds 400 weapon and spell damage, being a vampire. So it's not going to be the type of thing that's going to kill you the way it used to, because the maximum amount of damage that you're going to take per second will never exceed 2,500 per second. So 2,500 is actually not a lot of damage. Right? It might be a little more than 2,500. It starts at 625 plus 2,500. So it's 3,175 per second at 10 stacks. You can maintain that just standing in channeled focus. Plus, you're a Magicka Templar, which means puncturing sweep returns health to you. So my recommendation is do the vampire thing. But you don't have to do it. Are you a vampire? Yes or no? Alright, so what we're going to do is, instead of having that vampire skill there at all, we're just going to switch and put, like, fucking inner light there. Alright? Okay. Alright. Uh... That's a good question, I gotta admit. Well, inner light does go on the front bar. You know? I think inner light is better than Camo Hunter, though. I think it is. Yeah. No, it's true. I think the reason why you use inner light is heroism potions, because inner light is giving you major prophecy and major savagery. So that's one of the buffs that you get from the potion that you don't have to worry about anymore. And then if you were using, let's say, for example, degeneration, you'd be getting the other buff that's from that potion, and it would free the potion slot for you to be able to use a heroism potion, which would get you more ultimate. So I think that's why they use inner light. But all in all, I think you're right, and it would be higher damage if we just use Camo Hunter on the front and back. Let's try it. What the fuck? Why not? Alright? What I usually do is I do several tests. Like, I just do a test on this 3 mil dummy, and then I'll just switch the thing out, because it's pretty much exactly the same test because of how memorized I got that shit. Where are you? Are you at my house yet? I don't see you. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty sure this character uses the Max Mag and Recovery Food for the test, the eyeballs. But lately we've switched off from that, and the reason being is because when you actually make the switch and have dual daggers and then 2H in the back, you're gonna actually split up the magic and the stamina cost in a way that makes it where you don't need the recovery anymore to get Basai to reach its full potential without running out of magic. But for now, since I'm not even doing that myself, I'll just keep on the eyeballs. You know, just get some eyeballs and shit. Alright. Alright, now, So on the front bar, you got Puncturing Sweep, Radiant Glory, Purifying Light, Barb Trap, Camouflage Hunter, and Flawless Dawnbreaker, right? Not necessarily in that order, but Inner Light. Oh, instead of Camo Hunter, right? That's what I'm saying. So what do you want to do? Well, well, it doesn't matter. Inner Light's more. It makes more sense to double up on Inner Light because it's more max magic. That's more casts. It just depends on whether or not. I honestly don't know which one's better than the other. Look at it this way: Inner Light on the bar, right? It increases your magic by 5%. Doesn't sound like a lot. However, if you go and look at the Mages Guild, and you look at the passives, it says increase max magic and magic recovery by 2% for each Mages Guild ability slotted. So by having that slotted, it's not 5% max magic. It's 7% max magic. Yeah, exactly right. Okay. And also, let's say you accidentally pop that ability, you can actually do strong 40% increased light attack or heavy attack on the next hit. But nobody does that, so don't listen to me. Anyway, that's 7%, not 5%. So there's some other factors involved. When you look at Camo Hunter, though, it'll give you wait, where is it? Yeah, you also gain Minor Berserk for 2 seconds after dealing critical damage from an enemy's flank. Minor Berserk is 5%. That gets given to you from Kinra. If you're not running Kinra, then you'd run Camo Hunter. If you're running Kinra, why not double up and have that and the higher magic? I say Inner Light both bars, just because of that fact right there. Alright, the back bar is the Unstable Wall, Channeled Fuck Used, Solar Barrage, Blazing Spear, Inner Light, and Ice Comet. Now, gotcha. Alright, this Execute that we have, Radiant Glory, it's nice because it heals you. But if you don't have a reason to have to heal yourself while you're doing an Execute, you could do a lot. I know it's only 20% on 480 to 500, but that 20% at that high percentage is so fucking different. It's the difference between like 90k and 120k on the tip. No. Plus this thing here, this rune, that fucking heals you, man. And it heals you a lot, and it's consistent. So when you stand in it and you see, I used to cast this and then run into battle. What you're supposed to do is run in casting your other shit. When you get to where you're supposed to be, that's when you put the shit on the ground. So where you're trying to attack is where it is. So you're not casting it twice for no reason. Let me see here. Alright, so we have everything exactly the same. Now, champion points. Fighting Finesse. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay. What are the other things? Yeah. Wait. That might not be a good idea. Deadly Aim is specifically going to affect light attack and Radiant Glory and Purifying Light. But what you really want to do is make puncturing sweep stronger. And you can do that, and because you do that so much more than the others, it just ends up being more damage. So instead of doing deadly aim, do you have Master at Arms already? Do Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Biting Aura, and Backstabber. That's two things that increase crit damage because you're a magic character and you have mostly light armor, so increased crit damage is good for you. So Fighting Finesse 10, Backstabber 15, that's 25% increased damage. That's a lot of damage on a crit. And then Master at Arms and Biting Aura both affect any number that's not orange is affected by Master at Arms. Anything that's not orange, like yellow or white. And then the other one is anything that's an AoE, including orange damage over time number AoEs. So between the two of them, they just cover more ground than Deadly Aim on this character in particular. This is probably Skinny Cheeks stuff, by the way, that I'm giving you right now. This is Skinny Cheeks. I copy him all the time. Really? Let's see. Okay. Well, if I were you, I would actually have all four of them and split them up evenly, where every time you get another point, it's going towards another notch that's in one of them that's basically equal or greater by only one notch than the other, and keep them all equal and do it up like that. So you have all four on there, and all four are getting something towards a beneficial scenario once you get a blue and stuff. Backstabber. Yes. Yeah, only on a magic character. On a stamina character, you cannot run either. I mean, you can, it just defeats the purpose because on the big dummy and in trials, it'll go over the amount that you're allowed to have for crit damage. It's only allowed to go to 125%, you start at 50%. Whatever number it says inside of your character sheet gets added by 50%. So if your shit is 35%, and it becomes 85%, and then they're doing 70% increased crit damage total, the group itself, or whatever the fuck, you're like way over the cap, so you need to pull back and take away from some shit. It all works out too on the dummy test that I do, because I do a test, switch, do a test, switch, do a test, switch, do a test, switch. So I do like at least 15 tests per CP setup, and then I average it out, and I'm like, okay, it looks like no matter what I do, I end up getting higher with this, and this is turns out to be the same shit that Skinny Cheeks does, so good for him. You know, the slow cat for Skinny Cheeks, yeah. Well done, Skinny Cheeks, just as I planned. Okay, you have all four of those, you have the bars going up. The red tree, I mean, you know, rejuvenation, siphoning spells, balance vitality, you know. No, you don't need that. But siphoning spells, do you have that? All fortified points in siphoning spells, yes. Fortified is more armor, right? No, you won't need it. It'll never save you. Just hold block, it'll save you way better than that will. If you're gonna get popped by something, anyway. Okay. The green tree is really up to you. I just like the stuff that makes the mount faster and you faster. And then I do like liquid efficiency. It's to the right on the bottom, and it costs 75. But to get to it doesn't take a ton of points. But when you use expensive potions, having that 1 out of 10 free. I mean, I've used 2 potions in a row, and the shit didn't take a potion. So 10% is 10%. You can get lucky too, yeah. But all the way to the green woman's face, like on her nose, is Gifted Rider. So if you could somehow work your way up with the minimum requirement to get up there, and put 100 in Gifted Rider, and then work your way to the right and put 75 in Liquid Efficiency, and 50 in Steed's Blessing, that would probably be the best bet for now. But let me see, 50, 75, that's 125, 225, what's your CP? Let me see. 25, so 25 3 times is 2 for 6. Okay, no. You won't have enough. So, what you can do is, don't do Liquid Efficiency right now. That's 75 extra points at all. So don't do Rationer. That would make you go there, right? You know. And then you could do Steed's Blessing, 50 points on the cloak, and then work your way to the top, and on the nose, try to get Gifted Rider up to 100 if you can. And then if you have any points left over from those, if I were you, I would actually, and I know you're going to have, whether you want it or not, Treasure Hunter. So that could be one of the 4. So you have Gifted Rider, Treasure Hunter, Steed's Blessing, and then if you have any points left over whatsoever, there's a thing called Fleet Phantom, and you have to work your way across the belt to the right forearm, and then down to the handle of the dagger in the right arm, which is on the left side, and then 1 up, you start dumping all the points into Fleet Phantom. So just take the minimum points required to get to Fleet Phantom, whatever it makes you do. It might just make you do the bottom one, I'm not sure. But just do the first notch. Fleet Phantom will help when you have to like do Tarsier and launch the sacrifices and shit. You know, you don't have to be a vampire to be moving around fast while you're hiding and stuff. Word. Alright, let me see. I think we're set up to be able to hit the dummy, yeah. Oh, it's Thief Wonderstone. Okay, good. Okay. In the red tree, do you already have 20 in Hero's Vigor? It's right on his chin. Put that to 20. Yes. Do that. You have more after that or no? Alright. Can you get to tumbling yet, or it's blocked off? It's below the purple Survivor Spite tumbling. Or do you have Defiance? Reduce the cost of break free, right to the northwest of that. Sorry, upper left. Okay, start getting that to the first notch, which is 10. So it costs less to break free. Okay, good. That's good. Right. Save that shit. And you know what? Since you already set the whole thing, you got the gear, you got the abilities, you got everything in place, use this armory station right now and just say... Right. He's the one that gets hit but never killed. That fuck over here. You gotta do it too. Get your stack to 10. It's got to be 1 second apart, so I usually go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Oh, you don't have Harpooner Kilt yet? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, come on over here. I had to do that myself. That's right, you got your ultimate, right? Okay, now, forget about dumping your magic in the beginning of this, because you want to be able to do it perfect before you even try that. So, how I usually start the fight is I pop the potion, okay? I usually throw this down, switch to the front, throw the trap, switch to the back, throw the meteor, no light attacks yet. So it's this, trap, meteor, and then I switch back to the front, and before the meteor hits, I do light attack and power of the light. Is that what it's called? Light attack and purifying light. This way, the meteor hits on the first purifying light and causes the purifying light to head towards this maximum explosion damage faster. You know what I'm saying? So, start of the fight, you slap that down. You drain your magic. You take the ability off, you use channeled acceleration, you take that off, and then you put the trap on. And now you have no magic when you start the fight. You throw this down, throw that down, do the trap, do the ultimate, go back to the front, and then you start the light attack and the purifying light, okay? So here we go. It's this, you ready to do it with me? Alright, so 3, 2, 1, it's the rune, the trap to the back, the meteor front, and then put that on until the meteor hits. And now go to the back and just do the 3 in the back in any order you want. It does not matter. I just messed up. And then get back to the front, and every time on the boss's debuff, that shit disappears in the front. You got to put it back on. So it'll give you a second timer, which will slightly confuse you when you're trying to, and then every time the back wear off, you can actually do all 3 of the back in a row at the same time, no problem. Anytime that, that thing that's going to wear off that gives you magic back under your feet wears off, you can do it as a separate thing in between jabs, like instead of a jab. Like right now, it's roll off, set, put back on. The reason why is because if you do this fast enough, you're going to actually wind up running out of magic if you're not doing that. However, you need your magic low. So right now, if it's telling you to use Blessed Charge, don't use the Blessed Charge because you don't want more magic right now. So skip the Blessed Charge and just continue the rotation. Like right now, I can't lose my magic for shit. Alright, I might have to use max food. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm thinking? Because my magic is like staying at 90%. If I would have drained my magic in the beginning of the fight, it would have stayed at 20% or 10%. Just the way it's staying at 90% now. So you kind of do have to drain your magic in the beginning. Otherwise, Basai is never going to be active with the max magic. And you using the eyeball food right now? Here's another way to drain your magic, by the way. Just keep pushing this. Yeah, that's inner light. Just keep hitting the inner light until you run out of magic. Just takes longer, that's all. And then pop your potion when... No, all the way down. Pop your potion when you run out of magic, right? And then make sure when you're going to start the fight, because you're going to put this circle down, this rune. Are you ready? You have no magic, right? Alright, put the rune down, and let's start. So put the rune down, the trap... Oh, I forgot to get my fucking ultimate. Son of a cock. Alright. Shit, alright, back away. Oh no, we're just testing it, though. I'll just get out of combat. Yeah, I'm back. It's a wombat. Yeah, this character is kind of static, to be honest. It is kind of static. Out of all the characters I have, because the back 3 are always basically done at the same exact time, because they have the same timer and they always work out the same way. If you start them left to right, you continue left to right. If you start them right to left, you continue right to left. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't change how much damage you do, which way you start that in the back, just so you know. But, if I had a preference, I would say start with the square, your Wall of Elements, because that's the one that makes your light attack stronger. But you'll never see a difference, because they're all going to be active the whole time anyway, you know what I mean? That's what I did, left to right, right. The wall, then that solar thing, and then the blazing spear. And that's going in order of how strong they are and how beneficial they are to you. And then in the front, it's not really in any particular order. I just have the circle as the purifying thing, and the jabs as the square, and the execute as a triangle, just because that's what I've been doing for like 8 years. And then the trap is L1, because it has a really funky timer on it, and you can pretty much cast it when there's 2 seconds left to it. Yeah. 2 seconds left because it doesn't activate for like 1.5 seconds. So it'll actually go on the floor and you'll still see your buff there, and then the buff will disappear, and then the buff will appear back on it immediately. But if you can fit that in that way without fucking up your rotation, do it. If not, there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, so you're going to start draining your magic, right? As you're draining it, use your potion. Damn. Come on, hurry up, man. You're fucking embarrassing me. Alright, so we're ready. We're gonna throw it on the thing. Switch, go on the trap. Switch back, do the ultimate. Switch back, light attack, do the thing. Switch to the other side. Wall, solar prism, the jab. Switch back, start doing jabs. Do the circle again. Jabs, 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 jabs. Do the circle again. Switch back, the wall, the solar prism, the thing. Switch back, jabs. Do the trap, then do another circle, and then jabs, jabs. Now switch back after the jab, do that rune, switch back, do a jab, put on the explosion circle, switch back, wall, solar prism, the fucking javelin, put that thing back on, and then now you just watch the timers, and you just gotta do the stuff, and then whenever it is that the back is done, if you can cancel the front thing, to switch to the back, that's the way you want to go, you know what I'm saying? Put that thing on. Every time basically you add another purifying light, that's basically when it's time to go back and put the things on the back again, you know what I'm saying? Whenever it's available, the sooner the better. Nothing matters but getting out as fast as possible. That allows you to have more comets. Sometimes it'll fuck up your rotation, and then it will mess up the 3 things together and require you to do 3 things. But this time it's going to be the rune instead of the other thing, but you just have to kind of figure out how to break it up like that. This is when it becomes dynamic. Because you want to make sure that everything basically gets to stay on until it wears off, and you don't... Oh, it's done already? What'd you get? Go ahead, what'd you get? I only got 81,000. But I don't think I could say what I'm doing out loud and do it live. I have to actually just be quiet and do it. Alright, try it again. But this time we're gonna just concentrate. So drain all your magic, use your potion, make sure it's on long cooldown. And then, as soon as you get to no magic, you ready? Alright, use your rune, switch, do the trap, switch, do the ultimate, switch, light attack, do that, and then bam, wall, that, and then switch back. Now you can start doing a jab literally the moment you start the second thrust into the thing, okay? Right. And sometimes you don't even see the light attack, but it's still happening now. Get ready for an ultimate. Gotta mix it in there somehow. On the stamina version of Purifying Light, Power of the Light, you can cast it early and it still does damage. I suspect that on the magic version, you have to let it pop naturally by itself or it doesn't do damage. Okay. In that case, you've got to let it wear off by itself. So no matter what, don't cast it early. And if you're going to cast before you change bars, wait the extra quarter of a second until you know it's going to go boom before you hit it. You know what I'm saying? On the other character, you can just cast it early and that shit works perfectly fine. I think that's why I got 80 just now. Ultimate. Oh, I forgot. We're not doing execute. You're supposed to do execute at like 22%. Yeah, it's like 22 or 23% you can start doing it. That's why we're getting such low fucking numbers. Alright, we fucked that one up. Alright, now it's only 84. But we're gonna do... What about legendary or not? Yeah. Is your Julie purple? Is your Julie bloodthirsty though? Okay, good. And it's got spell damage on it, right? Alright, let's try this again. Drain magic. And potion's gonna be available soon. I'm not gonna start the fight until I use the potion. I'm gonna use the potion in 3, 2, 1, and now I make sure I have no magic. Virtually no magic. And then I'm gonna put the rune down. Boom. Excellent. We're still late. Still late. I'm not even looking at it. I hate when I do that. .7. That's basically all. That's all there is to it. I do break it up though in a sense that I can't always do the three in the back. You know, this one, and this one. I can't always do them in a row. One thing that fucks that up is meteor. Once I pop my second meteor, it ruins it because I want to add it to the rotation and leave out this. And so this becomes something that I have to go back and do by itself. So since I have to go back there anyway, I take it upon myself to throw the rune down if that's like at 1 second left. I'll do this and the rune, then go to the front. And then it becomes a 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and then 1 in the back, go back to the front, and then 2 in the back, go back to the front when it comes to that particular setup. But it's an as it comes thing. I can't tell you how to do it. I'm not looking at the dummy. I'm specifically looking at my abilities and looking at the numbers, and that's literally I can't look at what I'm doing. But when I fight in combat, in real-time combat, you don't have the luxury of being able to stare at your shit. That's why it's important to do this a lot, because then when you go fight, you can actually not look at it and be like, okay, I know that I should be doing these because these are wearing off by now. And you automatically, you don't even have to look at it. One day I want to play this game where I have nothing on the screen at all. No abilities, no health bars, no fucking potion, nothing. And just remember everything as it goes. And I think that would look really cool to play the game like that on like a stream where there's like nothing blocking the view and you just see combat and the guy's like fucking everything up. That'd be great. Alright, let's try one more time. Let's do it. Let's start doing this. Don't forget to use your potion. Pop that potion now. Look, we're doing it at the same time. That was right. Every 5 times it fucks up for some reason. It always does it like every 5 times to me. Alright, so as soon as you run out, let me know. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put the rune down, put the trap down, switch it back, doing the ultimate, and then light attack on that thing, and then we're doing this shit. And then you don't do that blessed thing unless you need it in the beginning. You should be able to do 2 sets of this and add another explosion before you switch back to do the other one. And yes, they'll be worn off for a second when you do that, but it's okay for something to be worn off for a moment and you get an extra jab, but jab is stronger. Mine got all fucked up. No, you know why it happened? Because I went to cast a spell and the game didn't fucking cast it. And so I had to go back and recast that shit. And now the fucking... The blazing spear. Yeah, it always fucks up, man. It's like fucking that stupid thing from the bow. Volley, you know? Volley always wants to fucking screw up. It's good, I'm running out of magic. That means Kasai is stronger. You can actually do the execute even earlier than that. I'll tell you when. You just need to beat jabs pound for pound. So whatever starts that, you know what I mean? Right now you're gonna replace jabs with it. Still gonna do the full rotation though. Now just execute, obviously. Mine was really low for some reason. 83,000. I think it's just because the fucking... Maybe it's the lag being caused by the fest, or whatever the fuck it's called. Who's this? Any tanks available for one vet of vet monster sacrifices? Door breach? It's my 12th spec though. Hopefully he got a tank. And then it's just basically doing that over and over and over again until you get better results. Like right now, I'm not even really good myself, but I can't talk to anybody. I'm doing it. There's no conversating able to be done. It's more like it's 100% in my head when I do it. I just gotta like bust it the fuck out. If that's the question mark. Ideally, in this, on this character with the recovery food, it seems like that, you know. You just gotta wait a tiny extra moment to make sure that that blazing spear goes off. Don't be afraid to do an extra jab if the fucking shit isn't ready, by the way. Like, you know how Purifying Light won't be ready? Let yourself do the extra jab and make yourself late on Purifying Light. That's higher damage than waiting the moment just to make sure you're letting it pop. You know what I'm saying? It will equate to better if you just do an extra jab instead. Alright, start doing it now. And don't do no more synergies. You don't want to get too much magic back. You might not even want to do the rune either. '89. I'm sure I can get higher than that. It's really hard though to get in the 90s with the double staff, but I do believe that I was able to pull off 103k with double staff on this character. Oh, right. The reason why I can't do it right now is I'm not using my fucking thing, my Simmering Frenzy. That's why it's not working. That's gonna push it a lot higher. Here, watch. It's 400 extra weapon and spell damage. Sure, absolutely. That adds a lot. That'll add quite a bit. Quite a bit. Like, a lot. Like maybe 10k. If you're not getting those buffs from something else. Alright, are you out yet? Alright, put the rune down, do this, do the ultimate, do that. Casting the wrong spell, but fuck it. Can't stop now, you know what I'm saying? $95,100. That's from adding this thing. See how I'm getting hurt? That's all the damage it does. That's it. That's that. Yeah, that's max stacks too. Look, I'm not even healing myself, and it still hasn't burnt me out yet. Look, and now I'm healing myself up, and I'm actually healing myself basically more than the damage I'm taking just from this shitty heal. So it's a really good thing. You should probably do it. It adds a lot of damage to the build, and that's how I get 103. If I don't think I'll get 103 if I don't use that. I don't know what there was a 103 somewhere. Are you able to tank for me? Shit. Right now. Alright, let me go help this dude. On my 12th spec. No problem. I'm interested to see what I can pull off with the double staff, but I would have to quietly by myself pound away at it in order to get a number for you where I'm not breaking concentrations and shit. Well, jewelry's so fucking unbelievably expensive, but it makes the bigger difference because of Bloodthirsty. It definitely makes a bigger difference, but it's so fucking expensive. It's unbelievably expensive. I mean, it's just retarded. There's no way to get. Too bad one of these days Kimmer doesn't pop up in the gold vendor.
What are our vaults made of?
That would be the shit. Buy reliance points. Woo, that would be the shit. I know how difficult it can be to try to make your jewelry legendary and shit. But it's one of those things that, you know, everybody has that one road they have to walk alone. However, I like the way you've been a little active in the guild, and I like to donate a little something towards that cause. Alright, so I sent you some there. Take it, don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll help. It's not a small chunk of change. Alright, let me hop down in the chat so these guys don't panic anymore. You got it, man. I'll see you in the near future. Any other questions, let me know, and good luck with it. Don't forget, until everything's actually perfect, you won't get the number really high because you do have to have full legendary, all divine. It does have to be that with the full, you know, even the enchantments have to be legendary or whatever, but usually they are first because it's easier. Alright, I'll see you soon. Good.
got the target in sight.
Stay strong, sisters. My spirit is with you.
I'm taking aim. I'm ready to fire.
No worries, sisters. My spirit remains.
I've got the target in sight. I'm taking aim. I'm ready to fire. So we have become the prey? How pathetic.
Watch out!
Anu, why have you come here?
Is that you, Father?
You must leave now, before you two are trapped within these cursed hunting grounds.
No, I won't leave you to this fate. Not again.
Please, I can't hold it back.